Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Front Row Racing. We are back, and we are back at Austria. It is round 10, season 2, here in Front Row Racing's Tier 2 Championship. And like I said, we're in Austria for the Austrian Grand Prix at the Hungaroring. And as always, Harrison joins me in the commentary box. And what we're actually going to do today is go straight to him with some track stats and some championship stats as well.
Thank you very much, Josh. We're here in Red Bull Ring today in the standings. Night Owl still reigns supreme at the top of the standings with Tom Look just shortly behind with a mere 12-point gap to the Aston Martin up top. But his teammate Tom Lock Weckaz is in third place with 25 points at the top. So a 25 gap separating Weckaz and Night Owl. And for the constructors, of course, Alfa Romeo still on top with 266 points on the board. Aston Martin just behind with 221, separated by 45 points, the pair of them. And for the actual track itself, there's 10 turns around Red Bull Ring here in Austria. 7 to the right, 3 to the left. Let's see what will happen in this qualifying session. I'm very excited. Are you excited, Josh?
Of course, of course. How can you not be excited when such a mouth-watering prospect presents you like Tier 2 race at Austria? If you didn't watch our race yesterday, go and watch it. Actually, Tier 1 race at Austria yet again. It was a very good race, I thought. Quite exciting. A couple of safety cars, a little bit of drama in there as well. But can Tier 2 live up to that expectation? We do have 12 drivers racing this week. That's a treat for you, that one. 12 drivers. When was the last time we had 12 drivers? Okay, Harrison's dead apparently. A long time ago.
Oh, I'm back.
Oh, right, thanks for that. Hanging dry as always. But we do have a short qualifying ahead of us before we get to the race. 36 laps. The race will be no sprint qualifying, it is just a normal qualifying this time. And let's see what can happen.
Yeah, let's do see what happened. We saw an Alfa Romeo last time out, of course, in Tier 1. They reigned supreme. It was Shreya won last time. So maybe another Alfa Romeo will take top spots. But this time in Tier 2, we will have to see. But Josh, your qualifying predictions?
Oh, you've gone straight in there, haven't you? You had to do it. Do you know what? I said last week that actually racing in Tier 1 gives Ranga quite a half decent advantage here because he raced yesterday. The track's still pretty fresh in his mind. So I reckon Ranga will be up there. I think we're going to get a Weckaz pole, Ranga second, maybe Tom Lock third.
Oh, cheeky. My personal opinion is I think Jaume is a pole position. I think he's gonna have an absolute beauty. I'm only joking. As much as we love you, Mirza, I don't think you'll get pole, and I think you'd agree as well. So I think the actual person you'll get pole today is Tom Lock. You know, he's on a run. He's on a run, and he's going to be really fighting for that top spot, and he's going to get it. Where I think Naito's going to have a stinker today. I think he's going to drop down into 5th place in this qualifying session with Tom Lock P1 and Weckaz just behind. I think it's going to be Alfa Romeo 1-2. And I think also Fixable Rhyme. Actually, no, Scruffy Double get P3. Mainly because Scruff said I was good at commentating. So that's mainly why. But
A little bit biased.
nevertheless. Just a tiny bit. But no, for real though. Tom Lock P1, Weckaz P2, and Ragnar P3 with Nightel having a surprising stinker of P5. Let's see what happens.
So, Night Owl clearly not favoured by myself or Harrison going into this qualifying, but we will have to see, of course, as JL Moser is going to be the first to set a lap here. And I tell you what, I'm going to be a little bit more professional, and I'm actually going to do my job and get everything ready, which would help, wouldn't it? I'm sure you'd all like to see some of the information, as we will watch JL Moser do the first lap of this qualifying session. It looks like Josh is also going to be doing one as well. Purple sector 1 for JL Moser here. That is huge for him.
truly is, isn't it?
It really
I
is.
mean,
Purple Sector 1 this early on, this late on in the session. Whoa. This could be the lap, everybody. This could be the lap. As I think we saw Spider Wan into the barrier. Yes, we must have done. He's got no end plate, so he has crashed into the barrier there, which is why we had that yellow flag. Jomos are now
indeed.
in Sector 3. What will he be able to do?
I don't know, but I do know that in Tier 1 we of course had our pole position was around 104.5, so we'll see if the likes in Tier 2 can meet that.
Yes, we will. Do you reckon we'll get close to a 104.5? I'm not putting any discredit onto Tier 2 drivers
And
here.
Moses, but sorry.
Do you think we'll see a 101 anywhere near a 104 today?
There's a reason why it's Tier 2. Well, we got a 105.8 by Josh himself, of course. We see an AlphaTauri come across the line, I think. No, that's Spider-Man going into the pits. And 2 Aston Martins now going to come across very soon. But no, I don't think so. There's a reason why there's a Tier 2, and there's a reason why it's below Tier 1.
Right, okay. Well, thanks for that. As Night Owl will go faster with a 105.6, his teammate Fix Rhyme is going to cross the line in second place with a 105.7. I did see, very briefly, that one of the Alfa Romeos was on a purple Sector 1. I think it was Wekaz was on a purple Sector 1, but he's now in Sector 2. And he's almost about to finish that Sector 2, and it will not be a purple sector there, so Night obviously going faster in that second sector. Let's have a look and see if he can take an early pole position in this qualifying. I think it was Tier 2 last week where 4 different drivers took pole in the qualifying session, and will Wekaz be the next? Yes, he will, with a 105.4. Not a bad lap, significantly better than the Williams, but nevertheless, that is pole position still, as Looney Moo is the next to start the lap, and it isn't a purple Sector 1, but we'll continue on the lap. Nonetheless, Tom Lock he's out there. Where's Tom Lock in the standings? Is he second?
Tom Lock is indeed second, like I said previously. He has a 12-point gap to the man up top, which is of course Night Owl. So he'll be looking for the victory in today's Austrian Grand Prix.
Indeed. Do you think he'll get it?
I think he will. I genuinely think he will. I think Tom Lock, he's got everything to gain practically, nothing to lose. So, I mean, the thing is, people won't notice a person in P2 dropping down a position, right? Unless if it's in a race, but in terms of standings, no one will ever notice it, no one will bat an eye. So, if Tom Lock goes down a position or two, it's not like it's the end of the world in the standings. So, he will only be looking forwards, and I think due to the mentality, going into the Grand Prix, I think he'll come out on top.
And Scruff DNFs from the session, so that puts your prediction out the window.
No, I predict. No, hold on.
The commentator's cursed. No, you did say Scruff originally.
I had a joke with that prediction. I said that Ragnar would get P3.
Ah, right. So you're realising that what I said was actually supreme and elite. That's wrong tier for elite jokes, isn't it? And
Purple Sector 1 for Tom Lock.
Purple Sector 1 indeed for Tom Lock. The number 7, of course, held by which F1 driver, Harrison?
Number 7 in terms of the table, you mean?
No, in terms of real life F1. Just a little quiz for you, little test. Who had the number 7 as Roommaster goes fastest for a 105.2? Who had the number 7 in real life F1?
I don't care because FRR is clear of real life F1. So we'll see what's going to happen in the Austrian Grand Prix and the qualifying session, of course, with Roommaster actually. Don't make the mistake of saying Roommaster. I got absolutely persecuted for that one. So make sure you don't do that.
Right, I was just confirming that you're not a real F1 fan. Okay, Tom Lock is going to cross the line and is 105.4, so 2 seconds slower than Roommaster. So it looks like Spider Wan, who seems to be spinning at the same corner, just coming off the long straight, which then goes into the right hand side. He always seems to be spinning there. He's 107.2. Looney Moo, Hazard, and Ranga, all yet 2 set times, but Ranga, the man I predicted to come third, is about to set that, and he spins. Commentator's curse strikes for the third time this session.
It's not good. Listen, right? We're putting a ban. It's official right now. We're putting a full-on ban on commentators' curse. Verbally, it has been virtually blocked. So there's going to be no commentating curse for this race. I can assure you that, folks. So don't get worried if I say, "Oh my God, Jailbird is going to win the race." It's not like he's going to crash out, even though it's most likely to happen. Anyways, so you know what I mean? No commentators' curse for the Austrian Grand Prix. It's going to be a good one.
Did you make up that whole commentator's cursing just so you could fit in that Ranger line? Sorry, that Moser line.
No, I didn't. But
Yeah,
I
you
was genuinely
definitely
trying to
did.
tell people. No, I didn't. Moses, I love you. I love you. You're amazing. Anyways, so Ragnar with a 138.7.
That
What an
could,
absolutely stunning lap that is.
that is sensational, and he's gonna lose on another lap as he what's the word? Gets that lap invalidated as Spider One seems to be getting a little bit too excited on the throttle there and spinning again. And he respawns
Indeed.
onto track there. Ooh. The moderators
I
will
think
be
that's mostly.
hawking
I think
themselves
that's.
on that.
I think that's mostly to do with races, Josh. But
You sure?
I'll tell you something else as well. Mr. Hansa, inside of the McLaren has got an invalid lap time, so not good for the McLaren, and they're going to pull into the pits at the end of their qualifying lap.
Not having set a lap yet. And Looney Moo, actually, I don't think has made it out onto the track. There shouldn't be any qualifying bans this week, I don't believe. So, who knows what's going to go on there. I think Ranga will probably pit now as well. So, 8 minutes and 50 seconds to go
Work
in
out
this
purple sector
qualifying
1, by the way.
session. Brewmaster is on pole at the moment. Tom Lock in second, Wekaz in third. But as Harrison did just say, Tom Wekaz with a purple sector 1. So we've got the new softs on. Going for second lap of the day on these new sets of tyres. Wekaz could get pole. You never know, people. It's a purple sector 2 as well. 2/10 faster than his previous lap time. He's got a 105.2 to beat, which I think he will do comfortably here at the not the Hungaroring, the Red Bull Ring, as looks like Hazard retires from the race, and he will go pole with a 105.080. That is the time that they've all got to beat. Brewmaster has got to improve by 2.06 tenths to get even just level with Rekaz, who is on pole. That is quite an ask, but he's a very talented driver, so who knows, it could happen as Josh seems to be parking at Tesco's to get a sandwich. Or his popcorn ahead of today's exciting race. Who knows, he's lost all his front wing now. That's an expensive parking. As Joe Moser is out on his next lap. Can he? Oh.
Ooh.
Yeah, Moser, you're not a bus, mate. You can't just pull over randomly like that, okay? Come on. Let's get with it. Right, we're going to ignore that laugh. Joe Moser.
It was a joke laugh.
Looking to improve on his lap. He's got 3 seconds to gain. If he wants to get into P6, will he be able to improve that much? Who knows? We will ride on board with Moser for this lap. And we will hand over to our driving expert, Harrison. He's going to talk us through the lap.
Thank you very much here. I am a definite master because I got a 105 on 2021, so I'm definitely cool and epic like that. So Moser, into turn 1, you want to take a little bit of curb. Going into it, he didn't take any at all. Goes on the DRS and now on to the straight. Going into the second turn, of course, on this Austrian qualifying session. He's improved on his previous time there, breaks late there, and gets a little bit of that sausage curb on the exit of the turn. It's not what Moser needed onto that second turn in the lap, of course. Into the next one now, taking a little bit of curb and going off track. Could be spinning here, but Moser able to keep it under control. That's why he's the greatest F1 driver we've seen to date. Now taking a very wide line and almost going straight into the gravel. there on that turn. He's still improving though on his previous lap time, taking a lot of curb there, but it's understandable as that does give you a lot of speed. I think it's gonna abandon this just like sorry, wait, I'm not gonna make a joke. It's abandoning the lap. It's invalidated. He's into the pits.
Well, that was thanks, Moser. I even got rid of everything around the screen just to focus on Moser, but no, he decides to give up on that lap. So,
I can make so many jokes right now, I swear.
I mean, do you know what? It's so easy, isn't it? Anyway, we will move away from the jokes before anyone gets offended or cries. 5 minutes left in this qualifying session. Now that everyone's in the pits, we probably won't see anyone for a couple of minutes now. There is really no point in going out now. But we do only have a 1 minute-ish lap. So Ranga will look to be improving on his time of a 1:38.7. Or I don't think that was a legitimate time. I think that was just
No, he just span on his
just having a bit of fun.
lap.
You know, just bed in the car in. You know, get a little couple of meters under the belt before he then goes again later on in the session. Are you going to revise your predictions, or are you sticking with your predictions?
You know what, I'm gonna stick with it. I feel like Remaster is gonna drop down from that qualifying time, as now we just see Joshie C coming onto the pit lane. But I do believe, in my personal opinion, that Tom Look will still get pole. He'll beat his teammate first, and then Remaster will be beaten by Ragnar. Then my prediction's perfect. And it would be literally perfect if that does happen, because then Night Owl would drop down into P5. So let's see if that occurs for this qualifying session.
Indeed, we will. What have you got against Night Owl?
I don't.
There's a little bit of, I don't know, a little
I
bit
feel
of
like
getting a negative
I feel like
attitude.
Tom Lock, I know Tom Lock, all right. I know Tom Lock. I would consider him as my mate. I know Tom Lock, so maybe I have a tiny bit of bias. With him,
Right.
work with him on another server as well. So I do love him as a driver, of course. But Night Owl, he's proven right now this is not his strongest of tracks. You know, P4, he's usually P1 by this point. So, I mean, with Ragnar as well, not really having a proper lap time, it's definitely to be expected that Night Owl could drop down that just mere one position. Game over. So, we'll see if that happens. And I don't really have anything against Night Owl. It's just because I like Tom Lock more, to be honest. Just because we're mates, to be honest. So that's pretty much why. But Josh, what have you got against Moser then, huh? What have you got against Moser?
Well, I'm not saying anything against Moser, because Moser does unlock for front row racing, and Moser is actually the guy who runs FRR Recap, which is I'm going to call it a vodcast.
A vodcast?
Yeah, video podcast.
A vodcast.
A video podcast, because you can watch it and you can hit, just shush. Which actually you can see on our YouTube. Just go into YouTube, type in Front Row Racing F1, literally the same as our Twitch, and you'll be able to watch all of the FRR recaps there. Next one is on Friday, I believe. They come out every Friday, so we're going to watch Josh here complete the final part of his lap. Just getting past Joe Moser there. Joe Moser moving out of the way beautifully there to allow Josh the maximum space on the track, and Josh will be looking to improve. He hasn't got to improve by much to get rid of fixable rhyme, or Night Owl, but will he be able to do it? We're going to find out in the next few seconds, as we're now into the final minutes of qualifying, and he will stay P6 with that lap. Spider-Wan so far set a 107.2. And they are now performing a lap. I believe this is our reserve for this week's Spider-Man. Don't remember seeing the name last week or the week before, so maybe a reserve or a new driver. But we will see how they're going to perform here in qualifying. I keep wanting to say Hungary. It's Austria, isn't it? At Austria. Around
I'm gonna have to
the
interrupt
final
you here,
few corners
because
as they validate.
Sorry, but I'm gonna have to interrupt you here because Rhino's just set a purple second sector. Of course, this is like an actual lap for them, so this could be a huge lap in qualifying for the Ferrari.
It could indeed, as they will come across the line, and they will take second place with a 105.2. And my prediction He's looking steady right now. I predicted him to get
Now
P3.
listen right now. Listen right now. If Tomlock overqualifies Ragnar but doesn't overqualify Wekas, then my prediction's perfect. So don't say that you've got yours done and dusted, mate.
No, I need
mine
Tom.
is definitely yours.
I need Tom Lock for a P2, mate. I said Alfa Romeo 1-2, Tom Lock third. Alfa Romeo 1-2, Ranga third. So Tom Lock needs to put in an absolute blinder here as Wekas is going to go even faster with a 104.9. And you would think, well, you would guess that is qualifying for Wekas done and dusted. It's pretty much safe to say he has pole position with 20 seconds left to go, but we will ride on board with his teammates for their final lap. Tom Lock 22, what can he do?
Nice fine, man.
Thank you
I
very
like
much.
it. I like it.
I'm a poet and I
like
didn't
it.
know it. Anyway, he's going to...
Whoa! He's got another one. He's done it again.
He's done it again.
Wow, yeah, he's done
Anyway,
it again.
will Tom Lock...
He's done it again.
J.L. Moser.
He-
He's done it again.
I
Anyway,
mean, considering I'm of course the lap expert, he didn't have a very good first turn. Went
didn't
quite
get
late
a
on
purple
it.
sector. So,
Yeah, so
not the
this is
fastest.
interesting.
If his turn 1 was iffy, then his whole sector 1 will be iffy. But will his sector 2, sorry, be better than his sector 1? Well, relax back and watch a master at work. Oh, that's good for a room master, but not ready for Tom Lock, is it? Anyway, we will see as he comes round the corner, and that is the end of sector 2. It's not a purple sector 2 either, and there are yellow flags into sector 3 as that is qualifying. Done and dusted. Wekas grabs pole with a 104.9 as Tom Lock, I think, will go second here for my prediction to be correct.
I don't think it is.
And he'll come across the line. DRS wide open. And
Yeah,
he will
no.
take 4th place. Wekas first. Roommaster nudging ahead of his teammate Ranga there. Tom Lock 4th. Night Owl 5th. Fixable Rhyme is in 6th. Josh is in 7th. And JL Moser in 9th place. JL Moser has just set a purple sector.
Those are the goat.
Can you imagine if Moser set a purple sector 1 then? Imagine the reactions it would get
The scenes.
from the commentary box here in Austria. Well, that is your qualifying done and dusted. Then Wekas with an incredible lap of 104.9 grab pole position with Roommaster in second and Ranga in third. So a Ferrari 2-3 here, sandwiched in by the two Alfa Romeos. Tom Lock is in 4th place with Night Owl in 5th. Fixable Rhyme 6th. Josh is in 7th with Spider One in 8th. JL Moser in 9th. Scruff, Looney Moo and Hazza in 10th, 11th and 12th respectively. Well, that is qualifying done and dusted. Let's move on to the race, and we're going to get some early race predictions from Harrison.
Oh, you've put your right on the spot, haven't you?
I have.
Oh,
I thought
God.
I got you off guard then.
Yeah, I was just looking at Moose's beautiful lap. So predictions. Tom Lock wins. Night Owl P2. Wekas P3. That's just it for me. I'm not gonna say anything else. That it. You can write it down, list it to yourself, and be like, "Damn, he got that correct." Because that is gonna be correct. I'm telling you, folks. So it's gonna be Tom Lock P1, Night Owl P2, Wekas P3.
Oh, he's very confident there, everyone. Actually, I'm going to go the same. I was going to say Ranga, but he's got a good tendency to spin. That's proven, by the way. It's not being harsh. It's just proven. So,
Yeah, why can't we say that about Boozer then? Because that's proven.
okay, JL Moses going to take the win for me with Ranga in second
W.
and Looney Moo in third.
W. That is such a W. That's such a. That's such a W.
If Moser gets a podium, I'll shave my eyebrows off.
Do you know what? Do it. I don't have any eyebrows, anyways. If you
I'm
see
willing
me
to
in
say the
real
risk.
life,
If
you'll know
JL
my eyebrows
Moser
are
wins this race, I will shave my eyebrows off. But we're going to stop talking about shaving eyebrows off just for 1 minute because the formation
Tom
lap
Moser.
is underway. So,
I'm just gonna listen. I'm just gonna spectate Moser on board with him.
as we Tom Lock
'Cause-
loses the car there
Oh,
and he
God.
spins, but obviously that doesn't
That
matter.
ain't good. Yeah, it really doesn't matter because JL Moser is still gonna win this Grand Prix. I'm just gonna spectate him on the start of this Grand Prix because I'm telling you, he'll get 3 positions and upwards, on the start. I am telling you. I think Spider-Man just tried to brake check Moser, honestly. A Spider-Man in the wall. Oh my, oh my. What was he doing there? Trying to brake check Moser. How dare he? And then he went into the wall. So multiple crazy things happening on the formation lap, and I'm sure nothing but more in the race.
Indeed, indeed, indeed. Turn your stream off, mate. Anyway, we will watch as the formation lap comes to an end. We're rounding the final few corners here. So, the race is about to get underway for Tier 2 here at Austria. This is the 10th round with 2 more to go. That is, of course, USA and Abu Dhabi. That is going to be 2 epic races, and they will both be live here on Front Row Races. So make sure you tune in next week at Tuesday at 6 PM for the United States Grand Prix. But instead of looking to the future, let's focus on the now. Tier 2 at Austria is about to get underway for the 10th time this season. Drivers will line up on the grid. Rekaz on first, Rumaster second, Ranga third, Tomlock fourth, Nightowl fifth, sixth is Fixable, seventh is Joss, Spider-Man in eighth, ninth Moses, Scruff 10th, 11th is Lunimoo, and Hazza is 12th. So, we are about to get the lights started and the race underway. There is 1 light, there is 2 lights, there is 3 lights, there is 4 lights, and there, ladies and gentlemen, is 5 lights ahead of the drivers. And we are go, go, go here at Austria. It's a good start from Wekaz, but Rumaster and Ranga both trying to gain significantly on him there. It looks like Ranga is going to go for a move around the outside, but Wekaz will keep the lead going into turn 1. Ranga, though, is going to try and find the position, and Ranga will take an early lead here at Austria. Rumaster in third with Nightowl in fourth. Josh is in fifth with Jao Moser going up to sixth. I think you might have been correct there with your prediction, but Tomlock is going to fight him going into the next turn. Who is going to win out on this little tasty battle here? It looks like Jao Moser is going to come out and win that, but Tomlock is not going to give up, as Tomlock will go round the outside and take the lead with that ERS right there. Fixable Rhyme down 2 positions in 8th place. Scruff is up by 1 in 10th. Spider-Man, Lunimoo and Hazza finish off the grid there. Good start from Ranga. Okay start from Remaster. Didn't gain or lose any positions there, so I guess you could call that a dub. But Wekaz from pole position down into 3rd place there. 2 Ferraris getting past him. Nightowl is in 4th. So, not a great start from Tomlock, losing out on 2 positions, but everyone else, pretty good start.
Well, it was an especially good start for Moser. I'm telling you right now, I was spectating, I was on board with him as we went into turn 1. First of all, he got an absolutely incredible start, Spider-Man. Oh, Fixable Rhymes overtook him, and now Scruffy Dub's going to follow behind. Unfortunate there, but I'm telling you, man, Moser off the start was electric. He got an incredible start on Spider-Man, just instantly got past him on the straight. And then into the first turn, I've never seen the like. Double overtake round the outside. Moser went into the first turn on both Tomlock and I think Fixable Rhyme. It was I couldn't believe my eyes. I literally had to keep myself muted because I was reacting to it so amazingly. I could not believe my eyes. I mean, Moser, that was genuinely heart to heart. That was an incredible overtake. Just Moser, the GOAT. He's winning this Grand Prix.
Indeed, indeed, indeed he is. I don't know what's going on right now though, because he's been overtaken about 19 times on this second lap here, but Ranga is in the lead of the race with about half a second ahead of his teammate Rumaster, who spins into the barriers. And is that a late? He's never gone. No, it isn't. But he does have no front wing, which means he is going to have to do a whole lap with no front wing, and that is going to hurt Rumaster so much.
No, he has a wing.
Oh, does he? And Jao Moser down into last place.
Josh, he does have a wing. I can confirm he does have a wing.
Does he have a whole wing though, or does he have a little bit?
A whole wing. He has a whole wing.
A whole wing. Ah.
He has a whole wing.
The Matrix have struck again. Now that actually wasn't commentator's. That wasn't commentator's curse. Okay, that wasn't commentator's curse. That was a genuine reaction. Ranga took the lead of the race and has kept the lead of the race. So, well, that was a pretty interesting start, wasn't it? Bit of drama. Bit of a... Well, actually, was there much drama?
I think that was. I think that spin by Remaster not only put Nightel into podium, which is gonna be huge for him. He's gonna get a lot of points over Tom Locke, as he already has already. Someone invite Hazard back, please. I'll actually do that in a second. And Tom Locke really he's playing catch up really at this moment. He needs to get closer and closer to Nightel, and if he doesn't, then going into the next race, of course, in Kota, it might just seal the deal for Nightel.
Indeed, indeed, indeed. But of course, I think championship should be sealed in Abu Dhabi.
Ooh. So you think Tom Locke will fight it this lap this race, and then you think on the next one he'll do
I think
better?
so. I think so. I just do. You know what?
Hmm.
I've got a thing. I feel like I can predict the future, and I think this will go down to the last race because I need it to, because I'm gonna write some pretty magical material. Not dirty material, normal material. Oh,
Oh.
Scruff there drives himself into a wall. As well, hasn't done any damage, but he still will continue his hot pursuit for Tom Locke in 5th place. Tom Locke will obviously try and defend this one for his life, as the championship is of course on the line. Every overtake counts, every position lost hurts.
Indeed.
So
Um,
we will see
I think
how it goes.
also Hazard. I can't invite him. If someone can invite him, if they're watching from the stands, maybe Brad himself. Oh, Mozo, what's an overtake? But if anybody can invite Hazard back, please do. Because we want all the drivers, of course, actually driving today in the Grand Prix. But I'm still watching Scruffy Dub, and with each and every corner, I'm feeling more confident for the lad. He is getting closer to Tom Locke. That gap, by the way, to Josh is plummeting between Tom Locke and Josh just a second ago. It was about 3.2 seconds, now 2.9, back up to 3 seconds, of course. But the story is that Tom Locke is doing amazingly, and Scruffy Dub getting overtaken though by Remaster. Remaster on his revenge arc.
Indeed, indeed, indeed. And you caught me a little bit off guard there. I'm trying to do something here. There we go. Got the right thing now on the spectator menu. But yes, Scruffy, well, looks like he's lost the position to Remaster there. I was just about to say something quite clever and intelligent, but well, guess I'll have to save it for another day. I don't say anything intelligent or clever, by the way. I'm just trying to blow smoke on my own backside there. So the race is settling down. Now I think
Did you not see what Tom Locke just did?
I think Tom Locke may have had a little bit of a whoopsie. He gets
He did,
overtaken
just
by
like-
Scruff.
It was Hold on, this is entertaining. Oh, big look up between the two. Scruffy Dub able to get past, but Tom Locke just in the first turn completely forgot to put on the brakes and just completely went off track here.
Right, very interesting. Very weird. Do you reckon he locked up, maybe?
I didn't see any smoke coming out of his car. I think it was just he literally forgot to put on the brakes until very late on, and that just completely screwed him over. Who knows?
Right.
Maybe it's a mystery crash, just a little bit like Fernando Alonso in Spain.
It's Hazard. Right, okay. What Spain was this?
It was, I don't know. It was like a qualifying session or a practice session, and then for some reason his car snapped and crashed out. But it was proven that the car shouldn't have snapped and crashed out. But will Tom Locke crash out here?
Very, very good. There is a little bit of wheel banging there, a little bit of wheel kissing there between the two. They have told me that they're not a couple, but the evidence would suggest otherwise. As Tom Locke is going to go down the straight, and he's going to sail past Scruffy there. As Tom Locke looks like he's going to get the position. It doesn't look like Scruff is going to necessarily fight back on that corner. He does have flexible rhyme in very close company, just behind him, but he seems to have got that gap up. And Scruffy is now going to pursue Tom Locke again. For
I'm sorry,
P6.
but if you take a look upwards on the field, Josh giving Nightel a good old go. He's getting very close to the Aston Martin just a second ago within a tenth. Josh with a 3 seconds off. For God's sake, we were going to get some great racing content.
We were,
David
but
versus Goliath. Game over. Oh.
we still could get some fabulous racing content. There were a lot of 3 seconds yesterday, but that didn't really affect the outcome, really, apart from, I think, and Aston Martin
Week
moving
C,
down.
number 3.
Week C, yeah, moving down the order. If you haven't seen that race, it is on our Switch, Tier 1, yesterday. Go watch it. It was a good race. Harrison was your lead commentator. I was the co-commentator. And I'm now going to commentate on Josh getting past Night Owl going down the straight. And it doesn't really mean anything. But Josh is up into third place. But Night Owl is still going to try and fight the position back. He will have that DRS wide open. And it looks like he will get the move done on the Haas driver. Back up into the podium. But Josh is still going to fight the position on the mediums. He won't want to fight it too hard though, because that could in the long run hurt his tyres.
Yeah. I mean, I had a little view on that on board. Definitely looked like the Haas car broke way too late there into that turn. Just opened up the space for Night Owl to get his car into. And, well, eventually, like you said, Night Owl up into the podium spots, into P3. We'll have to see if these two battle once again. And if they do, it's probably going to be onto this next straight, isn't it?
Probably is. I think you saw Spider-Man in the background taking a little bit of a spin as the corner, which I think I've identified as a weakness for him. It's the corner just at the end of this big long straight. As you go right and uphill, it looks like he's putting a bit too much power down and spinning quite a bit on that corner. So that's a little bit of a weakness for him. And we could see that happen again and again and again as Josh is ever closer to Night Owl here. And could he potentially go for the move? We're right on board. He's gaining on the Aston Martin. He is going to try for a move down the inside here. It was an adventurous and brave dive bomb, but it looks like Night Owl is getting that better exit there. Maybe the medium tyres not as quick as the hard tyres at this early stage in the race. It is lap 9 of 36, so we still have 26 laps to go, there or thereabouts. And pretty calm racing, nothing too dramatic happening at this stage.
Well, I would like to point out that Josh is genius. A genius. I mean, it's not like when I was seeing him into turn 2, I was watching him and I was like, oh, he broke really, really late there. He broke really, really late. But he did it on purpose so we could get a better runoff onto that straight so we could try and go for an overtake on Night Owl. We see if he'll do it here again. But I thought that was genius because at first I was like, what's he done there? He's broken so late. There's no way he'll be able to go for a move. And I was completely wrong. He's just done it again. He's looking for it again. But the question is, will he do it?
Indeed, will he do it? Looked like Night Owl closed the door a little bit late there. Josh thought there was a bit more room down the inside, but there wasn't, as Night Owl did close the door, but they are now having another fight. So Night Owl is going to come out to victorious, but they are very close. Wheels banging galore, and there is contact! Josh is round there, and I'm not quite sure what happened there as we saw the back end of Night Owl's car from that perspective. Put Josh down into Night Flash. Stewart's will look at that. I don't know really. What was your take on that little tussle they had there?
Well, I'm going to try and wrap it up very quickly because Brewmaster will look for a move on Night Owl very soon. But what I saw is that into that turn it's very difficult to go side by side, but I feel like mainly Josh broke earlier and kind of he tried to stick his nose in when it shouldn't really have happened. I feel like you should back out when you're on the inside there. I think it's Josh's fault for trying to keep alongside. There was no way he was able to get that done and dusted, kind of, that move. So I think that's Josh's fault. He's down into P10.
Talking about a move not getting done and dusted, the move on Night Owl from Brewmaster has been done and dusted, and he is now up into third place. But Night Owl is still very close as Joe Moser gets a 3-second time penalty. He has moved up to positions actually, Joe Moser. I have noticed that he was last, I think, at the end of the first lap. He's moving his way on up, but a Ferrari 1-3 in this race, both on the mediums. In fact, only 4 drivers are on the hard tyres as Tom Lock picks up a 3-second time penalty. Doesn't look like everything is happening in Tom Lock's favour today as he's trying to get through Spider-Man here. I say get through, he is literally getting through Spider-Man. Doesn't really affect his race. He'll still be P5 and he'll still be 4.9 seconds off of Night Owl, as it looks like for some reason Spider-Man's got so much pace.
Yeah.
What's going on with this game at the moment?
I would like to just point out, do you feel like the title scrap? the world championship is over due to that 3 seconds?
Ooh, good question. Well, it all depends on how the race finishes, of course. I mean, it will definitely be in the back of Tom Lock's mind. Of course, he will want to get as many points as he can to close that gap down to Night Owl at the top of the table. Who knows? We will have to see on the final lap. But I do generally think, I think Night Owl will be laughing, and he will be sat there rubbing his hands together, because it is a very it's a favourable position for Night Owl, not so much for Tom Lock at this stage. What do you think?
I think it's over. I
Really?
feel like the consistency of Night Owl's too much. I feel like Tom not getting those 3 seconds. I mean, the gap he's got to try and build on Night Owl. I mean, of course, it is early stages, but he's not really had that much pace on Night Owl himself, and he hasn't really had much pace throughout this Grand Prix itself. So if he's going to magically find any sort of time in this Grand Prix, it's got to be now. It's got to be now. And if he does find it now, it's then, is he going to continue it on to the rest of the race where by a miracle he could potentially win it? Because he probably has to if he wants to get up into P1 in the standings by just the littlest amount. So I feel like the 3 seconds is too much of a setback. I feel like Tom Lock's championship dreams are over.
Yes, well, they are both on the same tyres, both same tyres, same lap, same usage on those tyres. So it's very interesting. It would look like Tom Lock has the qualifying pace over
Fixable.
over Night Owl. Looks like Tom Lock does have that advantage over Night Owl, but we will have to see. We will have to see. It looks like Night Owl has a little bit more race pace. As I realise why he said fixable. Now fixable got past Scruff Verdub on that main straight as Harry leaves the session again. The Wi-Fi dropping out, but it looks like Scruff is going to go for a move on the championship leaders as he meets, and it looks like he will move up into P6 in this Grand Prix. Of course, the battle really is between 4th and 5th at the moment. Tom Lock and Night Owl, the two championship leaders. Who knows where this championship is going to go? I think if Tom Lock has a really bad race here and that gap goes beyond, I don't know, 25 points or something, this championship's pretty much over. I think Night Owl needs to have a couple of, he needs to have another, a horrible race next race if Tom Lock wants to keep himself in this one. But we will have to see how the race pans out. Ranga with a comfortable lead. It looks like he's on low fuel though, but he has have a comfortable lead at the top. And yet again, that advantage of racing in yesterday's Grand Prix shows off again. There's looks like a little bit of a midfield tussle here between Scruff and Fixable. Looks like Scruff came out dominant on that one, and Looney Moo is looking for a move on the Fixable here. Low fuel mode yet again. Won't be able to get the move done, but they're all closer to each other now. Will Fixable be able to get a good exit to the corner? No, he won't. Is the short answer to that one. He doesn't get that good of an exit, as looks like Brewmaster has a 3-second penalty. Just noticed that. It looks like Brewmaster does have a 3-second penalty. Night Owl's only 2.4 seconds behind, so, well, not 2.5, 2.4 seconds behind. So as it stands, Night Owl would be 3rd place in this race, as it looks like Weckaz is going to go into the pits, with Josh picking up a 3-second time penalty as well. So quite a few time penalties being dished out so far in this race. What is Weckaz going to do? Weckaz is going to play the long game and go onto the hard tyres. 20 laps on hard is doable. Will it pay off? We will have to see come the end of the race. There is still this midfield battle between Fixable and Scruff happening now, as Fixable has got his DRS wide open. Will he be able to get the move done? It looks like he will. And it looks like he'll be fairly comfortable, but it looks like Scruff is going to, of course, try and fight this 5th place. Fixable and Scruff going at it. Ooh. Scruff doesn't have a great exit to the corner there. A little bit too much, a little bit excited on the throttle. Don't lose the position, of course. The Haas was Josh, and he is way back in 11th place on the field. And Scruff is going to have another go here, but Fixable is going to try and fight the position back. He doesn't. Um, he loses the position to Scruff there. Didn't look like he got the best of exits, as it looks like Ranga is going to be the next person to pit. Ranga, clearly the advantage of racing yesterday, is paying off. He's also going on to hard tosser yet again, trying to do the long game as Fixable Rhyme picks up a 3-second time penalty. He's down in 5th place. So, lap 17
I.
of this Grand Prix, then we have 19 laps left.
Mhm. I would like to point out if anybody did hear a slight echo in the stream, or if there still is, we do sincerely apologise.
I mean, I have got my own voice in my ear loud. But it's alright, it doesn't put me off because I'm a fire professional. I'm only joking, I'm really not. I'm just here for the laughs. Anyway. Ooh, what's going on here? Wekaz looks like he forced Fixable Rhyme wide there, but he has got the move done and dusted. He must have come out of the pits and they must have just been fighting down the long straight.
I kind of feel like in that moment, I feel like Rekas has to give room for Fixable to kind of keep it alongside with him. I feel like Rekas maybe. I mean, it's not like it's completely dirty, but you know, it would be more fun to see just a little bit more fairer battling in the mid stages of this Grand Prix. So I guess kind of it's understandable why that's happened, but I felt like it could have been prevented. It's not a big deal anyway, so I don't know why I'm making it out to be, but still, I just kind of think, you know, Wekaz kind of, I think, just destroying Fixable's race, to be honest, from that.
Quite possibly. There wasn't any damage, I don't think, for Fixable, so we will have to see. 17 laps on these hard tires, so you would think that fairly soon the grip of the hard tires is going to start to fall away, as it looks like maybe Wekaz and Ranga or Tomlock are getting closer. Ranga is sort of quite close to Tomlock here, just 1 second behind, but Tomlock does have that really annoying 3-second time penalty he has had that he will have to keep in mind if he wants
I would like
to keep
to
his position.
point out. Sorry for talking over you here, but I would like to point out that Wekaz is also in the battle as well. It's not like Wekaz is completely out of it. It's not like he's 7th in the table. He's 3rd. He's right behind Tomlock. He's 25 points off of Night Owl. So as it currently is, I think Wekaz, if he moves up again, if he moves up past Tomlock, he will go 2nd in the championship, but then it will be, instead of Tomlock versus Night Owl, it might be Wekaz versus Night Owl. So I don't think there's, in terms of if we're watching a championship battle, I don't think it's completely over after this race. I think Wekaz just needs to make sure that he gets past his teammate Tomlock and is able to take the victory.
Indeed, and maybe with someone's certain Harrison's quick maths, you'll be able to tell us that before we end the stream after the 36th lap race here at Austria. Am I correct there?
Yeah.
Someone's got someone will do some quick maths.
I'll do some quick maths. Don't you worry. I'll just sit back, relax. You do the commentary for a bit. I'll do it.
Okay, you do that. So, well, there's not a lot to commentate on here really, but I have just found something. It looks like Oranga is ever closer now to Tomlock, and he is going to try and fight this position, but it would make sense that Tomlock is about to pit. He's on 18 laps on those hard compound tyres, and he doesn't pit, so he will continue going on Ranga on the much fresher 2-lap-old hard tyres, as well as Harry picks up a 3-second time penalty, and Tomlock just backing off completely there. I don't know what's going on. It reminded me a bit of a Zandvoort, where there was a bit of team orders from the FRR drivers letting one another past. Ranga back up into P3 now. Night Owl is in 2nd place, and as it stands, would stay 2nd place as he is 7/10 behind Brewmaster. Obviously, Brewmaster with that 3-second time penalty. No DNFs in this race yet. No safety costs. So it has been a fairly calm race for our Tier 2 drivers today. It always seems that Tier 1 seems to be a little bit more hectic. It might be because there's more drivers or something, but Night Owl is making his way around Austria here. And not a lot happening elsewhere on the field, really. Joe Moser is sat in 9th place. Very consistent, actually. Moser is consistently getting points. in FRR. I'm just going to try and bring it up for you here. Yes, JL Moser then. JL Moser DNF'd in the first race. He got 1 point in France, which is round 2. He DNF'd in Spain. He got 9 points in Brazil. He got 8 points in Japan. 4 in Portugal. 6 in Italy. And 10 in Zandvoort, DNFing from Hungary. So consistently in the points. You could say he's one of the most consistent drivers out on the field. As 6 for Ryan is going to exit the pits now, and he's going to come out behind Scruff, who is on 4-lap old hard tyres. Fixable on the fresh medium tyres. So you would think that in just a couple of laps' time, when Fixable gets the mediums sparking and working well, he would be able to challenge for that 7th place, which currently belongs to Scruffy Dub. Up the field, Night Owl is going to pit now. Coming in.
I have some news on the Tom Look versus Wekhouse situation and what would happen now.
Okay.
So basically, if it would end right now, Wekhouse would close the gap down, but it would be around 11 points the gap. So right now it's not like Wekhouse will overtake Tom Lock. I mean, Nicel's just pitted, so maybe I have to do that again. But if Tom Lock gets past, that's very good for him to try and keep the battle alive here in the championship versus his teammate.
Won't.
But Nightowl just gets ahead. So basically right now that just changed the whole mathematics. But I can do it literally right now for you. So basically with that P3, that's obviously 3 points more. So that gap's going to come down 3 points less, which of course means it's only 9 points away as we currently speak. So right now, Wekka's closing that gap down to his teammates up ahead of the championship by 9 points. Let's see if he can continue that. And if he goes on to get 2nd place, then that gap will go down even further.
If Wekkas was to win, that would really help not only his case, but well, it would help his case massively, actually, because he would not only overtake his teammate, but he would be within 16 points, I believe, of Night Owl in the standings. Obviously, Night Owl will get a fair few points for 4th place. As if he was to DNF. Will Night Owl DNF? I haven't touched the wood, so it could happen as Jail Moser picks up another 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings, as Tom Lock, with a 107.6, is the fastest lap of the race so far. 13 laps remain, as it looks like Josh has got past Jail Moser a little bit further down the field, and Fixable Ryan now looking like those sparks are, those medium tyres have sparked. Looks like he is going to make the move fairly soon on Scruff for 7th place. What are you laughing at?
Well, I'm not laughing, I just did a Gary Neville, because Josh, as he was overtaking Moser around the outside, he just went into him a little bit. Just literally hit his wheel, and Moser almost was able to keep it under control though. But Josh had a connection with Moser, and it quite literally could create a gap of 3 seconds, which would mean that for the first time this season, Moser would not score points.
Well, yeah, it would be, unless he's very consistent, isn't he, Moser? As I just said, he gets points when he doesn't DNF, which is always good. Remaster comes out the pits on the soft tyres. Now that is interesting. Is he trying to play the team game here by getting the maximum amount of points that Ferrari could get? Maybe getting that fastest lap, taking it away from the Alfa Romeos and the Aston Martins. Of course, Ferrari are very high up in the constructors' standings, so every point counts yet again. So,
by the way,
we'll have to see.
Unless I mean, right now the gap between Wekaz and Tom Lock in the championship, on track, by the way, this is on track. This is excluding the 3 seconds that Tom Lock has. On track, it would mean that there's a gap of a minute of only 6 points between the both of them. With these 3 seconds, though, if it is going to affect Tom Lock's position, of course, that would most likely mean that an overtake from Wekaz in the championship would happen. Of course.
But at the moment, he would keep this 5th place if it was to end like this, with Looney Moo being 6.6 seconds behind Tom Lock, down in 6th place there. Well, Brewmaster looks like he's just set a purple sector 3 there, so he probably will get the fastest lap at the end of this race. Tier 2 always seems to be quite calm and quite spaced out. As I say that, of course, the fight is about to ensue. Fixable Rhyme is very close now to Scruff. These two had a great fight earlier on in the race, and will they have another one? Let's have a look here. Fixable Rhyme is going to go for a move. He's going to try the late braking tactic, and they are going to clash wheels there. Who's going to get the better exit? It looks like it will be Scruff, as Gary Neville makes another appearance. Fixable Rhyme is now going to go down the inside on the straight with the DRS wide open. But Scruff is going to, of course, fight that position back with a great switchback from Fixable Rhyme there to get that 7th place. But will Scruff fight it into the next corner? He will, and Scruff will move up into 7th place. Fixable Rhyme taking it back yet again. It looks like there may be another opportunity here for Scruff to take the position. He is sat right on the gearbox of Fixable Rhyme there. Will he be able to do it into the next corner? Yes, he will. And it looks like Scruff will temporarily take 7th place, and he will take it. Done. Looks like Fixable Rhyme went a little bit too deep into the corner there. Took a bit too much curb, which scuffed a lot of time off, as it looks like Brewmaster. Oh, no, not a voice crack. Oh, no. As Brewmaster got past Night Owl there up the
First, I
field.
haven't got one yet.
No. You're much more susceptible to a voice crack than I am. But, that's rare for me. That's going to get... I might clip that and just amuse myself a bit. Later on, what will be lap 26? Anyway, as I was reacting! Sound like Mickey Mouse.
Fixable Rhyme's going back at it again, though.
Is he? Oh, God, content! Yay! Fixable Rhyme is going to try and get past Scruff, but he won't be able to make the move done, and he will sit behind for a little... Oh, hello. Ooh, hello, Marjorie. That was a bit close. A little bit, maybe a little bit a late braking there from Fixable Rhyme.
I'm just studying this so I can give my viewpoints if there's a crash, because I can feel a crash coming, because these two have gone side by side a long time. They've been almost hitting each other a long time. We saw them hit in turn 2, so I'm thinking there's going to be an incident very soon between the two, but we'll see if that incident does occur. Maybe
it will, because it also Fixable is going to go for the move again. I've just brought up the time penalties. Brewmaster is on 9 seconds, which would take him so far down the order. Yeah. Tom Lock only on 3. Everyone else down 6, 3, 6 and 9, 6 and 3. There's a little bit, maybe a little bit of contact there. Thank you, Gary, for pointing that out to me.
No. Weckaz has just got a 3 second.
Weckaz. Oh, Weckaz has got a 3 second, everybody. Doesn't really change anything though, does it? I mean, Brewmaster's still 6.6 behind.
Oh yeah, it doesn't change anything at all.
If Night Owl gets a 3 second, but I wouldn't change anything either. Oh, jeepers. You know what? Mathematically, this race makes no sense. Tier 2 is always so spaced out. It is. It's always so spaced out. The gap's always so much bigger than you have.
Well, I'll tell you who's not spaced out at the moment, Josh. It's Fixable Rhyme and Scruffy Dub. They're not spaced out at all. These two have been going back to back to back so many times in these couple of laps, and we're going to see it one more time.
We are indeed. As we go down the main straight, Fixable Rhyme is yet again going to make the pass work. Scruff is on 6 seconds of penalties, Fixable Rhyme on 3, but it looks like Scruff is going to go wide there, and I nearly burped. At least I kept my dignity about it and just be quiet.
Or connection with the two.
Unlike you, just go down the mic. Anyway, Scruff is going to make the move again, but yet again, he can't make the move down. Fixable Rhyme is going to keep that position yet again. Do you know what I love about this fight?
What?
We're getting content. Content for the viewers of Front Row Racing. And do you know what else is content that FRR provides? FRR Recap. Go onto my YouTube. FRR Recap. Front Row Racing. Type that into YouTube and you will see FRR Recap as Moser picks up 9 seconds now of time penalties. And as it's that, he still won't get... Oh, no, he won't get points. He won't get points. It's like Spider-Wan. A little bit of a whoopsie-doopsie going.
I'm sorry, I can't...
In the third
I'm
sector.
sorry, but I cannot allow this to happen. I cannot allow my favourite F1 driver of all time, JL Moser, to not score points here in Austria. Moser, I'm turning you on, lad.
Okay. That sounded a little bit weird, I must admit. Never do that again. Lap 29 of
course.
36.
Of course, you have to call it weird.
Well, it was more the voice than anything else.
Yeah, I mean, if I just said "come on," it would be much
Come on!
better.
Bash!
Bash into the first turn like George Russell.
Give me a minute.
Oh,
I'll
Josh
get
with
that.
3 seconds.
Josh with 3 seconds, and he has 12 seconds of penalties. Now, which would take him.
God damn.
JL Moser would get points. I think.
Would he actually? Would he actually?
Well, the gap to Spider-Man behind Josh is 1.8. Oh no. No, he wouldn't get points anymore.
Oh, come on! You have to ruin my moment.
Well, no, he might actually.
Come on, man.
So the gap between Josh and Spider-Man. Oh, Moser's got
Yes!
points.
Yes!
Moser
yes!
gets points.
Yes!
Come on,
Come
Moser.
on! Come on!
It might only be 1 point, but 1 point is better than no
Yes.
points at all. Moser.
Wait, no, he won't get points at the moment because he's got 9 seconds. No, Harry
No!
at the end. No,
Harry
no.
crashed.
Moser, please.
Harry needs to have
crash?
a catastrophic crash here.
Please, Harry. Harry, just do it for the vibes. Just deck it into the wall.
Do it for my co-commentator's sake. Who may have a stroke.
Do you know my grandpa died of a stroke, so it runs in the family.
Anyway, Ranga is currently leading this race. Lap 31 of Austria, and it would be his second win of the season. Actually, he ran in Portugal, and he could win again today. Obviously, Night Owl has the most wins in Tier 2. With 3 to his name coming at Britain, Japan, and Hungary. So Ranga could seal another victory today. Obviously, it does race in Tier 1, not as good in Tier 1, but still very good.
I have news.
Ooh. Sky Sports news.
Mr. JL Moser, of course, he needs to get the gap down to 3 seconds with Josh up ahead. So, Moser, all you got to do, you haven't done it all season, but you just need to drive fast. That's all you got to do, Moser. Come on the Williams, get it in the bag.
Come on, Moser. You can do it, mate, as there is a yellow flag. Oh my god, can you imagine a safety car now? Imagine how much the grid would change if we had a safety car. I mean, I think down from 7th till 12th, it's pretty much going to stay the same, innit? With these penalties. I think.
Please spin, Harry. Please spin. That's all we want to see.
Oh, Moser!
Just please spin.
Moser spins! He's into the barrier there, and we were watching that live on Twitch. It's only live once here on Twitch, everybody. And he moves down into 11th place. This could be his first non-points finish of the season. If you don't count the DNFs. Wow. Now Harry pits. Thanks, Harry!
Oh! 5 seconds for Harry! 5 seconds for Harry! Come on! 5 seconds for Harry! Get in there, Moser! Come on, mate. You got to gap him by 8 seconds. That's all you got to do, mate. No, by 1 second, actually. He needs to gap him by 1 second and more. Then he's going to get points for the next time.
I mean, it's 21 seconds.
Come on! Last Moser! Get in there! Come on, Moser!
We have to have our boy
Points
Moser
again.
getting points. We have to have it. But the man who's going to get 25 points in this race, as it stands, is Ranga. Pretty dominant race for him, really. It's 3 laps left. Surely he can't throw it away now. Touch wood. Surely he can't throw it away now. But looking at the podium positions, I don't know. It looked like Night Owl is definitely getting a podium. That's confirmed. Night Owl is getting a podium. So who would get third? Would it be Wekaz?
I think it's probably because it's most likely Moser because he is the greatest F1 driver of all time. So they're going to give him,
of course,
all the help needed. He's going to get a podium.
I predict a 9-car crash ahead of Moser, and he's just going to sweep through. Take the win.
Listen. I predict that personally, it's going to be Moser P1, Moser P2, and Moser P3.
No, I'm going to finish third, alright? Just you wait. You'll see what I'm about to do.
What? Harry's got another 3 seconds!
Harry's got 11 seconds of penalty now as we move on to lap 34 of 36. Well, it has been a pretty dominant drive for this man, Ranga. Racing Tier 1 yesterday. That Tier 1 advantage clearly helps him.
It does. He
It
gets a tiny bit of
really
warm up for
does.
tier 2.
It really
Yeah,
does. You know, it
I
actually
mean,
gives him something to shout about.
yeah, I mean, and Ragnar, you know, maybe not as good in tier 1, but when he's in tier 2, he's a high flying machine. And he's in a red machine there, of course, of Ferrari. So
He is a
he's
prancing
only got to
horse
do.
in Tier
Yes,
2.
indeed, indeed.
And not so much of a silver arrow in Tier 1.
Yeah, yeah. You know what? You've got that spot on there.
I have.
That was actually fair enough. You've done something professional.
I've been
Um,
practicing that one for all of
so
2 minutes.
so Ragnar for all of 2 minutes. Okay, Ragnar. He can't bottle it. He won't bottle it. We
Surely
hopefully
not.
commentator's curse won't strike. He won't. He will. He will not bottle
I've
it.
touched wood,
He will
so
not
it's fine.
bottle it. So Ragnar, he will get P1. Well, hopefully he will. We would like to see just a dominant drive from a Ferrari.
We would indeed. And his teammate is not going to finish on the podium. I thought he was, but he isn't. Night Owl will secure that podium. Oh, it's really... I can't do maths at the
Josh?
moment, but if you want to do some maths, that'd be great. Yeah. Yeah.
Josh.
Yeah, I'm here, I'm here.
Harry is actually closing in on Moser by quite a substantial amount.
Yeah, I can see that.
He's.
What
yeah,
I'm going to do
he's-
is I'm just going to quickly switch to that, and then we can carry on with the subject before I have a very inspirational speech about Ranga. So, Harry gaining ever closer on our boy Moser here. 2 seconds is the gap, 2 seconds is the word, and it could still be enough, you know, to
For
keep
Moser, yeah, but
him in
all
P10.
that Harry needs to do, right, needs to overtake Moser and gap himself from him by 2 seconds, and he's done and dusted. I'm watching this for the upcoming laps. You can put Ragnar on screen if you want. But
Well, you
I'm
know, we
watching
keep
this.
on this. We can keep on this until Ranga. I need to say my piece. Till I need to say my piece on Ranga. But this is getting ever closer, and it looks like it could go very much down to the wire here between Moser and Harry, as it is going to get nervingly close for Harry here, and he looks like he could take the final point position off Moser, but no, he does it. Harry gets past Moser on the final lap of the Grand Prix. Moser, you need to have a blinder here to get back past him and get back into the points position. But guess who has had a blinder today? Ranga. It is round 10 at Austria. He has got 3 DNFs, 5 points finishes to his name, and this is going to be his second win at the season, ladies and gentlemen. He won in Portugal. As he rounds the final corner, he's going to win in Austria. Ranga wins Tier 2. Rekaz will come across the line. Wow. Ranga gets 20 seconds. Rekaz will come across the line. Finish P2. Night Owl in 3rd. Tom Lock moves up to 4th. With Brewmaster finishing in 5th. Looney Moo in 6th. Fix will rhyme in 7th. Scruff will finish in 8th. Josh will finish in 9th. Harry, what's going to happen? What is going to happen here? We're going to watch this.
Moser, do not bottle these 400 milliseconds, please.
Moser! No! He goes onto the gravel. The gap is extended to
Harry, make a
2.6
mistake.
seconds.
Please, Harry, make a mistake.
Harry needs to
Harry,
make a mistake that costs him
Make a mistake,
8 tenths here to give Moser a chance of getting points. Will J.M. Moser be able to pick up the final points position of the Grand Prix? I don't think he will, as J.M. Moser for the first time this season doesn't get points.
Wait, he had a 5 second for unserving a penalty. Surely that's like. Wait,
I don't know.
what?
I don't think Ranga's won this Grand Prix. I think he had a 20-second penalty given at the very end.
Swear
But
to God.
that was your Tier 2 race.
I hate Harry now. I hate him. I hate him. I hate him to the bone. I hate him to the bone.
Let's not
believe
talk
he's still
about
the one
who
though.
we hate, because Ranga is dominant here in Australia. Your instant race reaction, please, Harrison.
Harry makes me very sad.
Okay. Well, as we will now go on to I think we're going to go straight on to the podium now. I believe, yes, we are, and this is where I like to end the streams. Well, Ranga wins the race. What a race it was. Tom Locke finishes in second, I believe, and I think Night Owl finishes in third place. Well, what a race we have had in Tier 2, as Harry is giggling as the podium.
But look what Moses just said in chat. He just after Tom Locke just said GG's boys.
Nice. Anyway, I am going to bring the stream to an end here, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Harrison, very much for joining me here on the stream today. Thank you very much for watching. We will see you next week. Monday, 5:45 for Tier 1 and 6 on Tuesday for Tier 2. Ladies and gentlemen, it is round 11 next week. It is the USA Grand Prix. But from myself, from Harrison, and from everyone at FRR, thank you very much for watching. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.